Guys, hello everyone. So today we'll be making seafood okra. So I've gotten all my ingredients ready. Yeah, this is my pepper, my crayfish. This is a native crayfish. Okay, so this is stockfish, this is onions, this is croaker fish, this is oziza leaf. I have my crab, I have my prawns, fresh prawns. I have periwinkle, fresh periwinkle. I have snail over there, and I have the star of the show, the okra. So now let's get started. So if you have all these ingredients, you are ready. Red oil is optional, but I'm going to be using oil, red oil for this. Okay, yeah, it's in a bottle, so I'll be using it. So let's get started. So welcome. So making this okra, fresh seafood okra, is very simple. All you have to do is to make sure you set your pot on fire. Let it dry up, let there be no water. Then I'll be adding my fresh oil. This is fresh palm oil, so I'm just adding it. So I will be allowing this oil to simmer for at least 1 minute. Okay, so after 1 minute I will now go into adding of my onions. So right here I'm adding the onions. I love onions, it gives a special aroma and taste to the food, so I like to add enough onions whenever I'm making seafood okra, so please take note of it. So that's what I'll be adding. So seafood okra is very delicious, and you make sure that everything that you are using will be very fresh. You're not using any dry thing or any meat. It has to be seafood. So that's the difference between this okra and every other type of okra. So I stirred it, and right here I'll be adding my pepper mix. So this is a blend of pepper and crayfish, fresh pepper and crayfish I showed you earlier. So I will not be adding all. Okay, so I had to add small of from the quantity that I have. I had to divide it and add it. Then I allow it to fry a bit. So you'll be allowing this, you stir it, keep on stirring it, make sure it has fried both the onions, the fresh pepper and the crayfish. Make sure that is well fried. Okay, just the same way I did here. Stir it. Then this is my season cubes, so I'll be adding 3 season cubes. I'll still stir it. As you can see, it's now looking a bit fried, and this is okay for me. So next I'll be adding in my fresh snail. I have washed all these proteins, I've washed all this seafood. This is my prawns, so it's fresh prawns. I'm also going to be adding it into the pot. Okay, so I'll be adding it into the pot. Then here I'll be adding my crabs. I've already washed it. Everything I'm adding here has already been washed, processed. Okay, so they are all clean. So make sure that your ingredients are all ready before you start making this food. Okay, because they don't waste time. This whole thing, this seafood, they don't waste time to cook. Likewise the okra, so you must make sure that you've chopped everything and they are all processed and clean. So I added in a bit of water to allow the crab and my proteins to cook. Okay, so I added in my stockfish, not the head, just the other parts, the fleshy parts. Okay, so that's what I just added. Now after giving it a little stir, all I have to do is to allow this to cook. Okay, so I'll be covering it for like 5 minutes. Let it just cook so well. So right here is 5 minutes already, and look at how it's looking. The aroma is beautiful, honestly. All over the kitchen, everywhere is all smelling so sweet, like you can even feel like eating it right now. So this is it. So the next thing I'll be adding in is fish. This is croaker fish, so I'll be placing it this way. So if you don't want your fish to scatter, please take note, this is how you are going to do it, okay? So your fish is not going to scatter, they will all look intact. So from the remaining crayfish and pepper that I blended, I'll just pour it on top of the fish, okay, this way. Then I'll just give it a little stir. Don't scatter your fish, just like this, okay? And it's okay. This is how I'll be doing it, okay? Like exactly like this. Don't stir roughly, just take it easy and you're good to go. So this is it. So I'm not going to sprinkle some salt, so I'll be sprinkling some salt, okay, for taste. And this is how it looks. So the next thing to do is to cover it for 3 minutes. Please don't cook your fish more than 3 minutes or 4 minutes. It's going to scatter. So this is it. You can either flip it, okay, in 1 minute or 2 minutes, but make sure that your fish, you cooked it for 3 minutes. Croaker fish does not take time, okay, and it will get done. So if you follow this method, you are going to get a right result. So after the 3 minutes, 4 minutes, because I timed it, this is how my pot of soup is looking. And you can now bring it out. You can also flip it, like I said, just like this. Let me show you. You can flip your fish when it's 1 minute, but now it's already 3 minutes, so I can't risk that. So it's time to get my delicious fish out from the pot so that I can proceed to the next stage. Okay, so this is me separating my delicious my delicious croaker fish into another plate so I can continue with my cooking. Because if you don't do it like this, I'm sorry, your fish is going to scatter. So now for the start of the show, this is my okra. I'm not just a believer of saying that I have to blend some part of the okra. If you have a very fresh okra, a very good fresh okra that is good, you know what I mean, your soup is going to have that slimy stuff, okay, if you understand. So it doesn't matter if you blend or anything, blend your okra. If you have a good okra, it's going to draw, it's going to give you that slimy effect. So I'm going to mix everything. See the reason why I had to remove the fish, because if you stir it this way, you're going to get pieces of fish. So right here I'm adding my periwinkle. The food is already looking yummy, so this is me adding my periwinkle, and that's it. So I'll be allowing these ingredients to cook very well. I'll cook it for 5 minutes, okay, then I'll bring it back. So this is 5 minutes. Look at the face of our soup. It's already looking so delicious and yummy, honestly. So it's time for me to be adding my uziza leaf. Okay, uziza leaf has this taste it gives to the soup, and this aroma it gives to the food. So I love it. It has a different kind of taste altogether. So I'll be adding in, then I'll give it a little stir. At this point, your food is 95% done, or even 97% done. So after stirring it, guess what? It's time to introduce our fish back to the pot. Yes, this is our croaker that we removed that time. So since we are done adding, is the last thing we are adding, because we don't need to stir as much as we are stirring before, and that's it. So after adding your fish, don't stir like as if there is war or something. Just give it a little stir by the side. Or another alternative, which is a better alternative, is for you to hold the hand of the pot and shake your pot of soup like this, because you don't want your fish to scatter. All right, so this way is a safe way of making sure that your fish is not scattered. Okay, yeah, because you wouldn't like to be serving food that the fish is already scattered, or you'll be looking for your meat or your fish anywhere in the pot. So that's it. If you are watching this point, please do subscribe to the channel. And we're just starting this channel, and I hope you like my videos. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.